Happy Wednesday. The best way to not get played by the food corporations is to look up the negatives of every single ingredient in the foods that you're eating. This is time consuming, but also is bad health. As I've said before, I read an article that was released back in 2011, and in this article, it basically covered the real feelings, the behind the scenes feelings of several CEOs that run these major food corporations. And one of them, the CEO for Oscar Mayer, it made mention that he would never allow his children or grandchildren to eat Lunchables. That put it in my mind that they were poisoning us. So I started to investigate foods even deeper, and that's when I I had already kicked red meat back in 2004, but that's when I really started to transition to a no meat diet at all, after finding out all the different chemicals and preservatives that they put in our meat. And then that led me further down the road to eating basically raw vegan for the most part, which is what my diet now consists of, mainly beans, seeds, fresh fruits, and fresh vegetables. But it's not for everyone. Everything has its downside. You can even find people that have written negative articles about the diet I use. But for me, it makes me feel better than the way that I was eating before, which is what this is all about. Feeling better and better health. But not getting played by these large companies. Another way is to stay off of the TV. A lot of it is mind manipulation. They're constantly, advertising, marketing, just like Coke or any of these big, huge Pepsi, any of these big corporations that have those marketing and advertisement dollars are flooding the airways, whether it be television, radio. They're flooding the airways with these advertisements to convince the public that they need these items. You do not need these items. These items haven't even been around for, heck, I don't even think they've been around for over 100 years, a lot of them, especially Coca-Cola. So you don't need anything. You need fresh foods. That's what the body is hungry for, especially if it's in an acidic state. You can look that up, the alkaline diet. That'll be probably the best piece of information in this video. But again, taking the time to look up your foods, taking the time to go see a nutritionist that can tell you what kinds of foods are good for your body type or your metabolism. That's what you want to find out. How much food is your metabolism working through your system on a daily basis. Another thing that I did is I figured out where my ancestors were from. And if you figure out where your ancestors are from, that can lead you down the line to figure out what types of foods they were eating, which most likely were fresh and most likely will still digest through your system very easily. I hope this information helps. Happy Wednesday.